want to use it as a safety precaution for people, educating on it. You cannot always judge a book by its cover. Ted Bundy was very attractive, charming, intelligent, and that's how he lured his victims to the car.
Car door. And once he would hit the victim near the car, he would either pull out a crowbar, which he carried, either in the sling or underneath the car, or he had it in the back seat. And like I said, Ted was very proficient in how he attacked his victims. Now, just a couple of tips that we wanted to share with you about how not to be a victim is that the number one thing, when you meet new people, don't assume anything until you can have them checked out. Because generally, in order for a person to take advantage of you, what they really try to do is try to gain your trust. And again, if somebody pulls up to you and offer you a ride, keep an eye on. And we don't recommend hitchhiking at all, because still a lot of his victims he was able to pick up. And again, if someone comes, again, like I said, this car represents a warning sign that you have to be careful before you trust people. Because again, everybody doesn't mean you well. And again, this particular vehicle, if you haven't seen the Ted Bundy movie, see it, and when you go upstairs, read the information that they have. Because this information might very well save your life or someone's life that you know. So in order to be safe, we have to be careful. And in here you'll see that the front seat, Ted had removed it so that once he could get a victim in the car, and you all be able to go up and look inside, he could easily, once he hit him in the head, because 90% of his victims all had fractured skulls. And in addition to Ted being a lawsuit, he was an actor, he was a robber, he was a kidnapper. This guy was your worst nightmare. So again,
All right, so what is the number one thing people can do to protect themselves from social predators?
well, the number one thing is never assume anything when it comes to people, places, and things. Always check before you trust, and never trust until you check.
Yeah. We wanted to bring the Ted Bundy car here for many reasons. One, he was the most notorious serial killer in the United States. Most people can recognize his face from all the many court hearings that he had. And then also we wanted to use it as an educational artifact on how not to be a victim. Ted Bundy was able to lure many women to the car just by being charming, attractive, and intelligent. And this is a perfect example of how you cannot always judge a book by its cover, and your typical criminal doesn't always look like a